Hello and welcome to Face Off. This is our first edition in 2016. And we want to take a peek at some of the conversations we've had in the previous year. Welcome, I'm Nel Taigwe. Indeed, some of the issues that were raised at that point are still on the front burner today. You can join the conversations via our Twitter handles on your screen or send your mails to faceoff@channelstv.com. Let me just call out the Twitter handles at FaceOff Today or at Nelta Igwe. These are our Twitter handles. Be a part of the conversations. We'll start out with something that's pressing now. And indeed pressing because we still see a few queues here and there. Some fuel stations are still dry and people looking for the product, PMS, to put into their vehicles or into their generators. Indeed, the debate around scarcity on petrol has been described by some as a lifelong one that appears to be headed to nowhere. It hit the peak with the protest of 2012, but after that, the conversations just spread with Nigerians beginning to question where the payment on subsidy were actually going to. And just as the elections were approaching, the scarcity of PMS began to bite, and more questions were asked and conclusions reached. Was there ever subsidy on any products? Who collected what, especially on petrol? We had two men well-versed in the economic matters of the nation in the studio to discuss it, if subsidy on petrol should be removed, and indeed, where would it be going to? We had Mr. Bala Zaka, a petroleum engineer and a chartered accountant, and Sam Olisa, an economist and a financial consultant. Let's go back and see what they talked about on that day. Let's look at what it costs to bring in the product into Nigeria.
Yes.
At subsidized rate.
Yes.
What does it cost? What's the process of bringing the product?
You see, the process is very simple. As it is today, if you have import license, right, it depends on where you find this product.
Let's just say you go to Venezuela. Let's use Venezuela.
Okay, Venezuela, first of all, has heavy crude. You understand?
So we're just going there to refine?
Yeah, so if you go there to refine, the question is this: as long as you have a weak naira, even if you
leave the weakness of the naira. Just tell us what
there are so many factors. The weakness of naira.
Hold on. It's my question, not yours.
What is the question? Because of what of you?
What's the cost of bringing in the product into Nigeria at a subsidized rate? Let's go.
The cost of bringing it dependent on the rate at which it is refined there and the exchange rate.
He said there's a
what they do, let me tell you, what they do is that they look at the poor price there, and they use it.
Why not?
Which is not true.
Let him explain. You said there's a flat. Hold on.
Mr. in America to judge us here in Nigeria.
Mr. Olisa.
Full stop.
Mr. Olisa.
Yes, thank you.
Flat rate.
The rate at which the crude is sold per barrel is flat.
Based on the international market.
In the international market.
Yes.
Okay. So let's say he said there's a flat refinery rate.
No. Internationally, no, it's not possible now.
So.
It depends on the refineries. That's why this technical issue we should get people.
It's not a black market. Refinery is not black market, for God's sake. OPEC countries delivery at lower PMS.
It's because of subsidy. You subsidize to the refinery.
In our own subsidy, there is a dedicated volume. Whether you refine at home or you refine abroad.
But what you know is this.
That is the problem we have.
Do you know people are giving import?
You know what they do?
License.
By the time they do it, they refine it, they still go ahead and charge us. And charge us the
license you give to importers. The license you give to importers is different from NMDC license. The license you give to importers is different from the dedicated crew to NMPC. But what I just want to let you understand is this. Ordinarily, when you lock up your economy, within that time...
You cannot lock up the economy. You cannot lock it up.
When I mean
other nations are opening their economy. Because of the corruption, we want to lock up our economy.
Olisa, Bala,
don't lock it up, be honest.
1 second.
That's all.
Can we let's just hold on for a minute. Hold on. All right. Let's hear this. That logo says there was never subsidy, so the money appropriated is stolen. We don't need it. Let our refineries work.
Thank you.
Correct.
Simple.
Both of you agree on that?
That, yes.
No, wait.
We're talking about importation.
I think his own agreement is let there be no importation. He's saying let the refineries work.
Within this time frame, you must import. You must import.
At a subsidized rate.
Yes.
Which is saying there is no subsidy.
No, there must be now.
Okay.
If you bring it at that rate, how wouldn't you pay the marketers that bring it?
If you are refining at home, you will use that to drive down the price.
But hold on.
Correct, I know that.
Saying that the refineries are not working.
The refineries,
So
if the refineries are not working, the quantity you swap, I think, Mr. President,
But
the quantity you swap,
he said something about
the
losing
quantity you
400,000 barrels per day.
That is stealing. That does not concern Nigerians.
So he's also said we need to take care of...
Navy, Air Force, Army, they are stealing, and they are pushing it on us. For what?
Okay.
And Nigerians are paying for it. And some people are getting rich.
Fix the refineries.
So you are also agreeing with him?
I didn't agree with
Taken
him.
care of.
I didn't agree with him. What I said is that there is no subsidy.
No subsidy. Refineries, you must.
No, what you have,
you must.
natural endowment.
Let me tell you, it's not like before you move to your own house.
What subsidy?
You must. Only among the
Gentlemen,
landlord charges you must
the two of you have agreed on one
No
thing,
subsidy.
that there is corruption
The new government,
in that sector.
The new government should
Mr.
ask
Lisa,
the economic crack.
Both of you have agreed on that there is corruption in that sector.
Of course,
Both of you have agreed.
knows that there's
Okay, so let's look at what is the solution. You said lock down the economy.
No, not lock down. Lock up.
Lock up.
No, we're locking up.
No, I didn't say lock down. No.
Okay, we will lock sideways.
We are economics, we are accountants, me and you. I know the difference.
Okay, Mr. Lisa.
I didn't say lockdown.
Everybody had you when you say lockdown.
Okay, can we just, we're running out of time. How do we lock up the economy?
What we simply mean by locking up the economy is within this time frame, right? You must import. No matter how expensive it is going to be, you will subsidize for your people. But while you are doing that, you have everything locally here. The gas is there for your fertilizers, right? You have also the same gas you have here for your electricity. And if you nairanize everything, the next thing you need are trains. Okay. Once one head of train will pull more than 30 wagons, that 30 wagons are more than probably 200 tankers. Get these things out of the road. Everywhere, nairanize everything, have your rail lines working, and you will not have any tanker from Kaduna or anywhere.
You're bringing it in naira, not in dollars.
No. What we are saying is get it from the wellhead and refine in naira. But while you are doing this thing, whatever you will be importing now as PMS will be expensive, but it must be subsidized while you are fixing your refineries.
You're some level of confusion here.
Yes.
You're saying nairanize?
Yes, that is production inside.
Bring it in while you're waiting to do production inside.
No, what I mean, nairanize is refining internally.
Yes, bring it in.
You are not affected by dollar.
But until you're ready to
finish nairanization,
then
you must import
at a subsidized rate.
And when you bring it, it will be higher than subsidized one.
Is that the rate he's telling you that there is no subsidy?
It exists. It was being inflated. It's the volumes that were being inflated. And like he said, security agents will collude.
What is the quantity? Before Mr. Lisa comes in, what is the quantity of PMS consumed in Nigeria? Do you have an idea?
As far as I'm concerned, because most of the PMS goes to the running of generators and automobiles. I can't tell you. You can't
give an average rate.
No, I can't.
Okay, Mr. Lisa.
Let me round off. You want me to round off?
No, the issue of importation.
Yes.
You're saying there's a problem with that.
Yes. Let me comment.